What's up, that is Mr. Mike Kaufman, and in this video I am diving deep into Flipgrid. First I'm going to start off and talk a little bit about what it is and why I love this tool so much for any educator, and then I'm going to go into a detailed tutorial showing you all the ins and outs to help you get started creating your first grid. Now first, what is it? Flipgrid is a video sharing platform perfectly designed for education. And its purpose is to amplify student voice, right? To give and empower students their voice in your classroom by allowing them to easily upload and create videos. And what I love about it so much is essentially everything that you could think of that you would want as a teacher. Adding resources, allowing you to highlight certain student videos, allowing students to comment and give feedback to each other, allowing you to create specific rubrics for the videos. All those features are there, intuitive, and really easy to use. All right, so with that said, let's dive in. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is go to flipgrid.com, and in the top right-hand corner, let's click on Sign Up. It's free. And for here, you can then simply sign up with a Google or Microsoft account. Fill out your information. All right, agree to their policy and click Let's Go. Now from here, the first thing you're going to want to do is start a new grid. A new grid can be organized in different ways. And what it is one place to then put a variety of topics about a certain class or about a certain project. So for example, you might set up a grid for your Period 5 Language Arts class. Or you could start a grid on a unit you're doing about story, all right, and story elements. So to do that, click New Grid. The first thing is choosing the community type, and this allows you to control the access to your grid. You can do it by school email domain, meaning only people with that email domain are allowed to access the grid. You can create your own student ID list, so that's great for students that do not already have emails, or you can make it public. Now, what's important to know about the public one is even though it's open to anyone, it's still, users still log in with their email, so a name will be attached to it. So it won't be anonymous. All right, I'm going to do PLC public grid. Next thing is you want to name your grid. And for this example, I'm doing story elements. The flip code is how students can access this grid. Now you can try to personalize it, right, by changing this last part of the code, or leave the one that they give you. Next step is to be able to personalize it. They give you a variety of photos as the header banner of your grid, but you can always upload your own if you so choose by creating a 1500 pixel by 500 pixel image and upload it yourself. For now, I'm just going to stick with the featured one and then click Next. Now, you can add a grid password if you so choose. So even though this is an open grid, not controlled by a certain domain, you can still add a password to limit the people who have access to it. Now I'm going to click Launch My Grid. From here, I want to go through some of the customizations that you're able to do. I'm going to do that by clicking here. The first two things we've already gone over, grid name and the flip code, as well as the community type. Here in these features, you can then choose how you're going to be notified, or if you're notified at all when videos are added. So if this is a grid that's going to be getting a lot of traffic, you might not want to be bombarded by all the emails, and you can turn this feature off. You can also control whether the followers, or the people that add videos to the grid, are notified or not when a new video is added. You can make your grid active or hidden. You can allow your students or the grid users to download the videos once they're done. And then a feature here is that Flipgrid will automatically add captions to the video. What's important to know is if you are going to choose this, it will work best when there's no ambient or background noise, and to make sure that your users are speaking clearly. And then the last feature is to personalize it with one of the banners that Flipgrid provides, or by uploading your own. I'm going to click Update Grid. Now, by default, there are two topics already located in your grid. The first is an open-ended topic ideas, and Flipgrid puts this in there because they want your users or students to be able to add their own ideas, right, without being constrained by a certain topic. Notice, however, by default it is hidden. To make this active, I could simply click on active. The other one that they also put in there is Let's Connect, which is a place for your users or students to be able to introduce themselves on the grid. Now again, you can choose to make it active, hidden, and you can also delete it or remove it if you so choose. Now, to add a new topic, simply click on New Topic. From here, you might want to add a topic title. So again, for this example, we're using story elements, and maybe I want to talk about setting. Now, a topic tip is a short little tip that's going to be present right at the top of the grid topic when your students view it. And this is just somewhere to remind your students maybe to speak clearly, or maybe if they're doing character to speak in the first person, or whatever it is you would want them to keep in mind when creating and recording their video. Next is you can adjust the amount of time for the video response, anywhere from 15 seconds all the way up to 5 minutes. I'm going to change this one to 45. You can do a topic display date. And then next is this is where you're going to guide your students with a question. You can add links, you can bold, and do some basic features there. Next is topic privacy. Here you have the choice on whether you want to moderate or review the videos before they get posted publicly to, or before they get posted visibly to the other users in the grid. Now you can choose to turn it on or leave it off. Do remember though that videos are attached to the user by their email. So for example, if you have a student who uploads a video that maybe is not appropriate, you'll know who did it and you can remove it later if you so choose. Next is topic status, again whether you want to make it active or hidden, as well as any launch or freeze dates. The next is topic resource. This is going to show up at the top of your grid and is a way to engage your students with either a video, an image, a GIF, or an emoji. So for example, I'm going to record a video. Remember students to be including both your setting, So in that case, you can see I messed up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo. Remember to include both place and time in your setting. Now I'm going to click Next. Remember to include both place and time in your setting. Click Next, shoot a selfie. I can decorate it if I so choose, and then click Submit. And in just a minute, we're going to see where that video shows up. Next is topic attachments. This is a feature that I totally love because it allows you to provide resources for your students. You can add up to 9 external links. So for example, I might want to choose a vocabulary video for my students to work through about plot elements. I will paste the link there and give it a title. And then I can add another attachment. As another example, I might want to choose a story arc graphic organizer that the students are going to use to help guide their story. Or I could add a YouTube video showing them all about what goes into a great story. Next is video features. So after students record their video, they have an opportunity to take a selfie, which then becomes the video thumbnail or the image that is shown on the video before someone clicks on it. A fun option is allowing students to decorate it with stickers and drawings. However, if for some reason you think this is going to be distracting to students, you can always turn this off. We can also now add the ability for other users of the grid to be able to react or like the video. This is again a great feature to have your students collaborate and support each other. You can show or not the number of views the video gets. You can have it be able to be shared publicly. You can turn on or off the ability for a student to reply to each other on videos, and give your students the option to leave a video title or not. All these things again are options for you to choose or not choose depending on what's going to work best for your users. The last section I want to go over is with feedback. Feedback is a way for you to have built-in rubrics when you are giving feedback to the student video. By default, Flipgrid offers two, performance and ideas. You can choose those two, or choose custom feedback and design your own. Simply click custom feedback and then click add criteria. You can give it a title. So for example, I might go setting. Both time and place were included when describing the setting. I can then choose a score, minimum and a maximum, and then click Create. When I'm done and ready, I can click Create Topic. Here is the specific code that will be used, right, for the Flipgrid, as well as the actual specific topic that we just created. I can click Got it. Here now, I have a teacher view of the Flipgrid. The Flip code is again a way to share the specific topic. Another feature is adding topic guests, and what that does is allow outside users to access your grid. What I love about this is guest mode, you can allow them to just view or allow them to also record and add in their own thought. This is a great way to include parents or outside experts to your grid, or even other teachers across your campus. Again, you can make it active or not. And then to share it, you have a couple different options. I can share it with a link, with a QR code, or directly with any of my learning management systems such as Google Classroom. In topic actions, again, I have different options. For example, duplicate the topic, and I can add this then to a different grid. I can go back and edit, topic guests, add it to the Discovery Library, which is Flipgrid's public library for sharing excellent exemplars. So for example, if you want to share this grid template with a other Flipgrid user, you can add it to the Discovery Library. You can also search the Discovery Library or Disco Library for other ideas. You can move the topic to a different grid, and of course download all the resources. All right, so now let's take a second and see what this looks like from the student point of view. All right, so to share it with my student, I'm going to click on Share Topic, and I'm going to copy the link. Now I'm going to go over to another window, which is a student window. I'm going to paste that link and give you what the view looks like from a student's perspective. All right, so again, here is the topic, here are the directions that I put in, and here are the three links, right, to the vocabulary activity, to my YouTube how-to video, and to my graphic organizer. Here is that topic resource video that I created. Remember to include both place and time in your setting. And remember, in this, we can also use images, GIFs, or emojis. Now, for a student to add a response, all they need to do is tap to record. Once they do that, it's going to ask them to log into the grid with their email account. What I love about this is there's no prior setup necessary. You don't need to add students to the list. You don't need to have them download any apps. All they have to do is click log in with their email. And now they're ready to record. And notice the screen looks just like the screen when we recorded the resource for our Flipgrid topic. They're going to click record. Students can then say whatever it is they need to say. Another great feature is they can create sticky notes to help them remember what they're going to say. Right? Time is blah, blah, blah. And then they can add another one for place. And this can then help them when they're doing their video. Now the stickies are not going to show up. So this is just a place for them to organize their thoughts and ideas. And then they can continue recording or click redo. I am going to click redo because I want to show you another option. Students can also upload videos that they've already created. So if they click on options, right, they can import a video. So for example, if they created a video in iMovie or any other outside resource, they can then click import video and upload it. All right, once they're done, blah, 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 blah. Click pause, click next, blah, 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 review, blah, 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 blah. They can cut either the beginning or the end. They can add a title. They can attach a link to a resource. So for example, the graphic organizer that they created, they can attach the final copy there. And then when they're ready, they click next. Then they're going to take a selfie to decorate it. And from here, right, they can use a variety of emojis and fun decorations. It's a great way to have your students engage and have a little bit of fun. Right, they can do a little bit of text. And then click Submit. And complete. Now notice on this topic, student A's video is right there. As more students complete videos, they will also show up in this screen. Now let's go back to the teacher view to see what it looks like there. Just going to refresh the page. And there's now student A's response. Let's take a look at some of the options that you have as a teacher when seeing and viewing your students' work. I can click open the video. And there is their video. I can now respond and reply directly to it with another video. All right, nice job, student, etc., etc. And I'm going to work through this the same way I worked through creating the other videos by recording, hitting next, and taking my selfie. Some of the other features here is to be able to grade a rubric. Right, so here, remember, is my setting, and I had the 0 through 4 scale. And then I can add some specific comments here. Other things that I love about this is I can star it, right, which is to feature this response, so that way other students can see it. I can leave a vibe, which is this little fun heading that students will then see. Here, I can spark this response. And what that does is it starts a new topic based around this video. So for example, in maybe a heated debate, you might want to spark a student response and then have other students respond to it. And finally, you can add it to a mixtape. A mixtape is a series of videos that you've saved, right, around a certain topic or as an exemplar for other students or a future year. So a great example here is if you are having students create tutorial videos, for example, on how to multiply or divide, you could create a mixtape and then use those videos the following year to help your students learn from each other. I can add a reaction, which is like a like in other social media. And then I can also share the video out. Notice some of those actions, some of those options are also here to make it easier to respond to those. All right, so that is it. A deep dive into Flipgrid, a how-to on just about all of those settings that you need to set up your first grid and set up topics, as well as what it looks like from a student point of view. Now in the following video, I'm going to go into a little more in-depth use of Flipgrid, which is an app smash, different apps that you can use to improve and further the capabilities of Flipgrid when you are engaging and amplifying your student voice in your class. Good luck.